Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Growing Up Kayfabe. We are the Yes and No, the Yeet and No Yeet of Wrestling podcast. I'm your host, Joe, and my co-host, Darnell.
Fuck being an adult. Fuck jobs. Fuck taxes.
For sure.
Fuck the person who created currency. We were living a great life, just trading. People had life skills.
Yeah.
Now motherfuckers tell you what type of sweater you have on. All right, bro.
Listen, man.
You fucking hunt?
Do you want these two chickens for the for the egg, or like what? Are we doing two chickens for the ham, or what are we doing?
Exactly. We had shit like that going on. But
yeah.
Now it's just what I'm doing right now behind the scenes, which is fucking working from home.
I try.
Fucking annoying sometimes.
I try not to even in a joking way get into that mindset too often, because I think it's easy for like a regular person to just drop into and what is the point of everything then? I'm just working this job for this currency so that way I can what? Play World of Warcraft this month? What the fuck?
That's literally how I get through life. If I didn't think like that, I don't know where the fuck I'd be.
That's usually what brings me around in the end. Like you go doom with the currency thing, and then eventually go, wait, but if I follow the rules, I get that new expansion pack, baby. Let's go.
It's always weird when my mom tries to bring up the fact that like my generation of Gen Z don't want to work, and I'm just like, nigga, I don't want to work. I work because I have hobbies. That's it. I don't care about anything else.
For sure.
I'm caring about number one, bro. That's me.
It's a big reason why me and Reese like were able to, like, even if we weren't dating, like why we probably would have just ended up being like roommates in a sense, just because like we both have the same mentality of like, she's broken me of it, like, because I was raised in a household where like even though I wasn't giving any options, they were like, you gotta be a famous baseball player, you gotta be a famous basketball player, you gotta be a rock star, you gotta be a famous IT guy, you gotta be something, you gotta invent something. And my whole life I was like, I genuinely just want to, I used to say it all the time on Xbox when I play with my friends, I just want to do a job where I can make enough money to live in my home, wherever it is, peacefully with my games and my pets, and be able to afford to play games every day. That's all I ever wanted. And it, like, you get diluted by like other people's visions for you, and you're like, well, I guess I should, really try. And it's like at the end, it's like, dude, I just want to do this. I just want to do what we're doing right now. I just want to make enough money to play games and do podcasts to talk about wrestling.
Yep, because then once you fail, it's just like, where are all those people who told me to do these things?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, now you're nowhere, or you're talking shit. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Man. We're really
coming at you hard with life.
Coming at you real hard. People trying to get an escape right now, and they're like, God damn it.
You sons of bitches.
How you do that to me like that? Well, we're just coming in hot. That's all. I feel you. I couldn't have diverted either. I felt that. When you said it, I felt it. Speaking of making yourself happy with going to do, I hate how laggy my camera's being today, and I know it's because of the plug issue I was just dealing with, but I'm gonna roll with it. Most of this has to be fucking straight uploaded footage anyway, because I don't have time to edit today. So we're gonna do our best. We're gonna go see Deadpool today. So shouts out for that. Shouts out for making just enough income so we can go see Deadpool finally. Go in.
Saw it again yesterday.
Damn, it's that good.
I went more for my friends because I hadn't seen them in a while.
Fair enough.
Because like, once you get all the jokes, like that's it. Like that's the movie. It's almost like the second one. Like the second one, you kind of don't remember it almost. It's definitely a fun first watch for sure. 100%. It was so good that I was like, I seen articles talking about too many gay jokes. I'm like, nigga, there was gay jokes in that movie? And I'm watching again yesterday. I was like, oh, there are a lot. And I'm like, but that's okay.
That's fine.
It's literally Deadpool.
It's because he likes to make fun of the fact that he was basically gay.
Bro is 1000% like gender fluid or some shit in the comics, and no one gives a fuck.
Right.
It's like, guys, it's okay. What he does.
If anybody's going to a Deadpool movie and worrying about like focusing on anything besides the fact that it's going to be a good movie or hilarious, like you shouldn't be going to see any movies
at all. You need to go in with zero expectations, especially it's just like, hey, it's Deadpool, bro.
Yeah,
like,
luckily
of everything, everybody,
right? Nobody's safe, and everybody's safe at the same time. I only have the one spoiler that like you know, people, because it's like as much as you're trying not to on the internet, like eventually, even if you scroll fast enough, you see something and you're like, my mind can put together the pieces to know that that's a spoiler from Deadpool. So the Gambit's probably the biggest spoiler that like got, but that's it. I know nothing else about what's going to happen or going on in the movie, just that Channing is there. That's all I know. That's it. So all good. Anyway, you know, we do a wrestling podcast too. Do you know that?
I was not aware of this. Oh my goodness, tell me about it.
It's a fact. It's just a fact of life. Okay, it's not an opinion. It's a fact of life. Yeah, we do, and we're gonna start by going over the Monday show. We're gonna go over this week's stories in wrestling. I don't know why I stumbled right there, and we're gonna start with Raw. First of all, I want to say this about this week's shows. Honestly, if you ask me, even though it was still lackluster, I would put NXT over probably both the shows this week. Both the shows were good. It's not to say that they were bad, but NXT did really well, and they're kind of building right now to like a lot of big main event stuff. Finally, a lot of things are coming around the corner for all these stories they've been building for the past few weeks. So it's getting really good over there. And yeah, I don't know. Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. It feels like nobody wants to do this Bash at Berlin event. That's what it feels like. That's the feeling I get when I watch them promote this shit.
Because it's another fucking overseas trip. Don't nobody want to deal with that. They already travel enough. Going over there fucking up your time zone even further than what it usually is. Because usually across America, the worst you get is like maybe a 4-hour time difference.
Right.
But going over there, you just really fucking shit up.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I do like the point of that, thinking about that, how much wrestlers like constantly are like, you know, it's a no days off kind of job, and I'm like, no weeks off. I'm like, meanwhile, wrestlers with weeks off, I'm like I see them all the time on their week off because they didn't get scheduled, they didn't get booked. And to be fair, you know, I'm not trying to be ignorant here. It's probably different for a lot of different wrestlers here, but I just happen to see this a lot where, you know, they've said that, yeah, it's a little different now. You know, with Vince, it was like, you need to be here, and we'll tell you when you get here if you're going to be used this week. But with Triple H, it's like, you know, the company gives you a call like days ahead, and they're like, nothing for you this week. You can stay home if you want, paid, obviously. They do that for wrestlers. Like, I'm watching Michin at Shayna Baszler's house do TikToks, and I'm like, so you guys had time to fly back to Shayna Baszler's house, chill for a day or two, then fly back? I mean, like, if you guys can do that, that's fine. But that looks more like you had a week off to me. I don't know.
Sounds like you're hating. You sound
oh no,
like
I'm not hating. I'm not hating at all.
It sounds like you want.
I'm just noticing
to be there. just want. What are you doing, man? Speaking
of that, I get so tired of like the guys who keep continuing to fucking like have nice things to say about Vince. I'm like, I understand the underlying thing of like he's part of like so many parts of history in wrestling, so you kind of have to bring him up. But god damn it, man, so many guys still to this day are like, you know, and it was so funny, man, when Vince would like when they talk about the fun times they had with Vince. I'm like,
hey, you're always gonna have a fun time with a horrible person.
yeah, right, yeah.
It gets fucked up, but that's legitimately life. Like, that's nothing you can escape at ever.
Nope.
It's like as soon as some bad shit comes out about some person, and then you're like, come on, fuck, okay, all right, whatever. He did that shit. But you know, this one time,
it's you know, it's the worst. It's like the two biggest guys in the company that are like, they refuse to say anything bad about him. Randy and John, they refuse to say anything bad about Vince. They're just like, if he did what he did, then, you know, that's bad. But otherwise, what a great guy for me. Always helped me out in my career. I'm like, yeah, because you drew him money. What are you talking about? You were the top star. Of course he treated you right. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, he made them the top star. That's why. That's why Drew can get away with it.
True.
Because he brought it up and everybody was like, and then the only person to call him out, of course, was CM Punk.
Yeah. CM Punk, who says Vince's name all the time, everywhere, even though it's supposed to be like a thing you don't talk about. CM Punk's like, ooh, something I'm not supposed to talk about? Ooh. I'm going to talk about it. Yeah.
Shout out to the Ashleys.
From
Risos.
Yeah. So the Monday Night Raw show, hold on, let me pull up my thing, which is on the wrong screen. There it goes. The Monday Night Raw show, one of the biggest things that I think everybody should be talking about is how hilarious this Bronson Reed push is. It's, I mean, I've seen the videos of like me watching Bronson Reed kill Seth Rollins, and everybody's like, yeah, and then people are like, me watching him kill Ron Killings, and you're like, that's not okay.
Ultimate heel right there, bro. You went after the one person everyone loves.
100%. It worked for the Judgment Day. Judgment Day beat up fucking R-Truth regularly, and everybody was like, you guys are the fucking worst. They're like, hey, Reed, I think we have an idea how to make you the best heel in the company right now. God, so what was that, like 7 tsunamis or something like that on R-Truth? It's
like 5 or 6.
It's cool and comical at the same time, because it's cool because he's hitting those tsunamis so many times. It's comical because how many times he's like, all right, I'm done. All right, we're done here. All right, we're gonna go. And then he fucking comes right back.
Turns back around like bitch, you thought.
And it's the opposite of like when Bron Breakker, because when Bron Breakker turns back around, he's cutting fucking ass. He's running as fast as he possibly can around to go get to the guy. Bronson's like,
take your time.
He's like, nobody's gonna stop me. Fucking people putting their hands on him just for them to like bounce off of his body. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I don't know what the first program's gonna be for him after this, but whatever it is, it's already set to be good. Because it's just got to be somebody who's like done with the tsunamis and is gonna try and stop them, and then so hopefully they give him somebody good to do the program with. People are assuming Seth. Yeah,
he's gonna come back and he's gonna play this fat son of a bitch. Tried to take me from my family. And I want him at Bachelor Berlin, blah, blah, blah. And then he's going to come out and then he's going to try to tsunami him a bunch more times. And he's going to just roll out,
stomp
laugh,
him,
do all this stuff. And then you're going to be like, oh.
Now,
I have no idea when that pay-per-view is. I know it's supposed to be soon.
I think 2 weeks. I think in the next 2 weeks. So I think we'll have this Friday Night SmackDown coming. And then the next one will be the go-home show for Bachelor Berlin. I'm assuming. I'm taking a guess. With their like once a month policy now that they're doing. The Terror Twins actually looking like Terror Twins, actually looking cool. What a crazy fun backstage or what like up in the stands segment with Rhea, Liv, Dom, and Damien. Super fun. Again, as I always say on here, as I tell people, I have bias on my characters I like, but I always recognize when things are cool against characters I don't like. And man, all of us popped when Liv jumped on Damien, on his back. Like, oh, we were like, hey, there she goes, crazy bitch coming in. She's like, I'm in it too. And Rhea was like, nah. And then the scene of Rhea chasing Liv is that people had from backstage, her chasing her, fucking cartoon. Both of them running like cartoon characters.
Nah, I think fucking Rhea getting up those steps that fast. That was insane. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, she's on top of Damien. And then you just see her out of nowhere, like, where the fuck did you come from, dude? Like, I know you were down in the ring, but bro, that means you got some fucking wheels on you. Especially going upstairs like that, bro. Oh my god.
And in those, she's just wearing them heavy ass boots too. Fucking those like
that too.
Jesus, crazy.
I wouldn't want anybody running in those boots. Is just like, bro, just kill me. I'm not running from you. You got it, bro.
Right? While she's in stride up the stairs, if she nicked anybody's shin, that part of their shin's gone. Like that.
Yeah, it's like that is just bone fragments floating in your leg. They didn't even like fly out the back of your leg or anything. They're just floating.
Hell yeah. Let's talk about the match that that ensued afterwards, which was Dom and Damien, which was good, but obviously was not going to end in like a regular finish because they're going to have the mixed match at Berlin, which is great. Love to see a mixed match again. But hilarious, my notes I have is fucking Carlito comes out to help out the Judgment Day, gets immediately kicked in. Well, he like runs up to Rhea and he immediately gets kicked in the balls. Hilarious. Yeah, and then just like how cool they fucking look. Was it Damien saving Rhea by like grabbing Dom by the throat as he tried to frog splash both of them by standing, which was also insane. Ah, man.
Yeah, I don't know why he thought that was smart. Besides, like, for the story,
right?
It's like they're both standing. Why? That's not even a frog splash. You're just trying to cross body them at that point.
And that's a hard spot to do for Damien to be able to grab him directly at the throat as he's coming down, and for Dom to perfectly stick that. But they got it. He immediately stuck him right to the throat, and Dom was right there holding it, helping him. Beautiful. No little like, because usually that spot would probably end with like a little like trying to grab, like fix it real quick. You would notice them trying to make it real perfect. Got it immediately, because fucking Damien's the man. And it's something that we're seeing with these champions that are getting the belts taken off of them that we've talked about before. The second Amy had pointed it out to me, I understood. Not everybody needs a championship. There's dudes who really just don't need titles, and that you'd still watch them every week, excited as fuck. Damian could never win the world heavyweight title again, and I'd watch him. I'd be worried if he was never on TV. I'd be like, let me see more Damian Priest. One of my friends just got on Warframe. I just got to point that out. Randomly, I just got a Steam notification that said somebody just got on Warframe. What the fuck?
This is what I have to say to that.
100%. That's what it's going to be like when he gets in the game, too. Women's tag team makes no sense. The women's tag team qualifier, whatever the fuck that was, makes no sense. Alba and Isla Dawn fucking jump in to stop from Io from winning. Just get rid of it. If you're not gonna if you're not gonna do anything with it, just get rid of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you doing this. I'm sick of it.
Nah, what you do is you stop giving the belt to people who aren't gonna do anything.
Yeah. It's funny. I just saw just like a wrestling page on Twitter did like a little poll for like a little question. And they phrased it like, Triple H is seeing your comments. What's the first thing and the most pressing matter you bring to him? Everybody had their own comments and stuff, but the number one thing was fix the women's tag division, bring trios belts to both divisions, bring women's mid-cards belts into the divisions. When are we gonna, it's everybody clearly, it's a consensus that we all want that. And we're just like, and what's the one first hint we're getting at it? They're calling it, what do they call it? They have a name for it, apparently, when you're a faction and they allow you to you can pick whoever's going to defend the tag titles. And I guess they have a name for that, but they don't have a trios belt. And I'm like, cool. So you have a name for some bullshit stipulation, but you just don't have a trios belt. All right, cool. Only every other company has one, but I guess we just have to be cool and hip. Fucking ridiculous. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know. We talked about it last week. Just put trios in. Just put trios. If you just put a trios belt in, that fixes about like 50% of the problem, pretty much.
Indeed, it will. At least have good fucking matches.
Yeah,
that's the other thing that's just kind of missing. Is there like, I guess really on Raw, it's the main problem because they have that 3-hour shit. Like they do a whole lot of talking more than matches. Because a lot of the time they start off like every fucking show with somebody out there talking instead of just immediate match time.
Which we've talked about in the past, that hand over fist fucking everything. The number one thing that gets people interested in the wrestling show immediately is when you start with some brawl or a match. Immediately gets everybody's attention. I've seen it. We've seen it and heard it firsthand with the casual when Ian watches with us on Mondays. If they start with a banger, Ian's like, oh shit, oh fuck. I'm like, that's a casual who could give a fuck less about what's happening right now. But he sees a big brawl happening at the start of the show and he's like, oh shit, what's happening here? What's happening this week? But if you get some casual on the couch and you have fucking Seth come out to start the show, they're gonna be like, fuck's this? And they're like, he's doing a whole song and dance thing. He's gonna say some bars in the ring. Just give him a second. And they're like, no, I don't want to watch that. All right. Fair enough. I understand. The Randy and Gunther segment was really good. Short, simple, effective. Gunther finally takes an RKO. Looked good taking an RKO.
Still confused. Like, I feel like I get it that there was a story there, but it's like what the whole bloodline thing and him just being taken out and then him helping at whatever pay-per-view we just had.
Yeah.
It's like they just took Randy like, yo, we don't know what to do with this man right now. Yo, Gunther won, right? Yeah, just throw him over there because you remember the whole thing. He didn't pin him thing. Yeah, do that.
We'll just do that. Yeah, and it's funny.
Feels like they did.
We all knew that that's like a thing that they could have done, and they were pocketing the second they made a big deal of it, but then didn't do anything with it when they pointed out that it was a whole big crazy mess up. We were like, well, you're gonna pocket this and just use it another time. I think that the Randy Orton decision was like took everybody off guard. I don't really know who we were all really thinking for his first title defense. I was not thinking Randy though. That was that was not on my bingo card for this year.
For just story wise, they should have just had an immediate like rematch clause with him and Damian. And then it's like obviously we know he has to deal with Finn and them. But at the same time, it's like, okay, yeah, have them all interfere and beat his ass like before or in the middle of the match, or just cause a straight up DQ. And that puts more heat on them. You got more story for that. But they're just like, we need that 295-pound Viper just on Raw for absolutely no reason, guys.
I've been eating. You see, dude, him on the Cody interview when he talks about his fucking body, he talks about his triceps and his fucking shoulders. He's so funny. Because he says he eats a lot of Nutella now. He wants a Nutella sponsor. And he's like, you see my shoulders, Cody? And he's like, that's all the Tella right there. That's all Tella. I'm like, shut the fuck. Oh, shit. They should start saying, like, weighing 295 pounds in Nutella, Randy Orton. He'd get excited. He'd be like, yeah, that's right. Fucking flex and shit. Yeah, that's crazy how much he likes Nutella. Yeah, I think what's good about this is that what makes sense is that it's Gunther, so it's like the scenario of Gunther doesn't really have bad matches. So any scenario, whether it been an instant rematch with Damian, a match with Finn, or setup with Finn, or the match with Randy, all of which he has shown that he puts bangers on with all those guys. So either way, we're happy. That's got to be like a comfortable, safe spot that they feel in WWE now with Gunther. Like, whatever we do with him, he's just gonna make it good. So let's just do whatever the fuck we want because he'll make it good, and the other guy will also make it good. What a blessing. I see too much of like old stuff, like old time, like backstage wrestling stuff a lot, recently and all the time. And I mean, God, we are genuinely, it's going to sound corny to say, we are genuinely blessed to have like the wrestlers that we have nowadays instead of having like cocky, arrogant, roided up assholes who like won't put each other over and fight all the time and shit. Instead, we have dudes who are like, you want to have a 5-star? Let's have a 7-star. Fuck it. Let's build a story. I'm like, yeah, that's wrestling.
We're going to get rid of the stars. It's a good match. It's a good match. If it's ass, it's ass. The way fans are butts.
I think
there's a lot of butts on NXT. Shout out to Jada Parker.
Shout out to her. She's not getting enough shine right now. They're letting her do like still giving her push, but not enough right now in the sense that like she's not even in the fucking. It was like a qualifier they're doing to see who's gonna fight Lonnie next. Which I mean, take the title off her, please. I'm begging you. And then I don't know. I think they're doing the same thing for Roxanne, and Jada's in neither picture for that. And I'm like, that's crazy. She's extremely over with the crowd, but yeah, sure. Don't push her for either title. That's fine. Just let her hang out with Out the Mud.
Yeah, which is.
I think the only reason people don't even focus on the fact of how like racist their whole shtick is because they got the GTA thing going for them, and they're like, God damn, that's cool. Damn, that's really cool.
Oh shit! Did I not finish this?
Punk and Drew brawl again. Obviously, we knew that this wasn't over between them. I think everybody knew that.
Nah. What's his name? Didn't think it was over. Drew. I beat him. What are you talking about? We're done.
Moving forward. Next thing. I don't think so.
We're done when I say we're done.
The rumor for their last match that they're going to have, they're saying it's going to be a strap match, but people are also saying that they're going to do a strap match. Punk is going to win this one, the strap match, and then they'll go to Hell in a Cell because usually that's at Bad Blood. And honestly, that's what I kind of hope for. I hope that they do a strap match at Bash in Berlin, and then they do Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. But there's only going to be one. If they do a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood, there's only going to be one. So they got to really pick who can like perform well in a Hell in a Cell match. Man, didn't they used to have a?
I thought I was looking at my bed.
You're good. Didn't they used to have a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view? I could have. Yeah. That's what a weird idea that was. It's such a special match. It was
that's why they probably stopped it because they're like, bro, this is just a match type. We can't have literally every match in this damn thing.
Yeah, for real. Weird.
I remember the first one. It probably wasn't the first one I watched, but the one I remember the most is when Undertaker threw Rikishi into the bale of hay, like in the truck. Yeah. Like that was one like I actually remember like watching, and I was like, "Holy shit, bro! Did he die?" Because I don't think Bro got up for the rest of the match. Like he was just in there.
Yeah. Trying to think, I feel like the only Hell in a Cell match I've like ever like really that I can remember like sitting down and watching like from like that wasn't a replay was like one of the many that John Cena's been in. Probably I've probably seen it because he's been at least in fucking like 3 or 4. So I've definitely seen at least one of his Hell in a Cell matches.
Okay, you're gonna have to cut this part of the video out probably just because it's somebody's information from work.
You're doing work for his daughter. That's funny. Last thing to talk about on Raw, Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn. He put the fucking nail in the coffin. It's done. Hey, Sami Zayn, you recognize this? No more. That's you, bitch. No more. And no more chances for you. Go do something else now. Go try to win the tag team titles with Jey Uso. Bye. Bye. No more Intercontinental title for you. Braun Breaker fucking hit that motherfucker with 2 spears and said it's done.
He's just gonna go get in the bloodline stuff now.
Yeah, that was the part that I hated afterwards, is that they were just like, when they were hanging out being like, yeah, we're gonna do tag team so we can go for those belts. I was like, fuck. Fuck.
We're back to square 2.
Yeah. Yep. Basically. I mean, because the assumption that everybody's saying is that it's basically no fucking creative thought process out of it. They're just like, yep, basically what you guys think is going to be Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Sammy, and probably Cody. And maybe Seth or maybe KO is the other thought. And I'm like, fuck. God damn it. Well, that really deflates a lot of this. And I wish they knew that. And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt to hope that maybe they can write it in to make it even cooler that they're in there. But Sammy's a hard sell. Sammy's such a hard fucking sell. The people who really know the whole story, they're like, nah. There's a guy on TikTok who his whole page is dedicated to posting all the segments in the storyline of the bloodline from beginning to end. You can really see where Sammy starts fucking everything up.
Exactly. That's why I didn't like him, even though I literally started in the middle of all that shit. I was like, I don't like that he's there.
Yeah.
He's literally the reason everything kind of imploded. Everybody was in line, and this motherfucker had to come in here. And then to find out that all of this bloodline stuff started over a fucking coffee is funny as fuck.
Oh yeah, that's right.
When fucking Jay had a coffee, because it was right when bloodline started, and fucking Kevin just said, "Oh, what, Roman got you getting his coffee now?" It all started from that.
Yep, I remember that.
It's like, so in other words, if Kevin just wasn't a smartass,
they would have just kept doing stuff.
Who knows where we'd be?
We still have our tribal chief. We'd have Roman, who broke the record for the most days as WWE champion, and then probably the Usos would probably still be unified tag team champions. All right, SmackDown. Let me say this. Okay, so the opening segment, we just talked about it. Not smart to do this, but it was an awkward, weird, but somewhat needed opening segment with Nia, Tiffy, and Pretty Deadly. I'm one of the like 1%, 1 to 10% who gets excited when Pretty Deadly comes out, especially because Reese hates them. So I love to go really emphatic about it. They come out and I'm like, Pretty Deadly, the musical. Yes, boy.
She's gonna break your knees, bro. She's gonna break your knees in your sleep. No, not even your knees. She's gonna misery your shit.
I was gonna say she's gonna misery me.
She's gonna wake up there putting that block between your ankles. And you're like, what? No.
And when she swings, she's gonna go, yes, boy.
Oh, you fucking. You probably laughed for a quick second.
Yeah, for sure. I'd have to be like in pain. I'd be like, the musical. Pretty Deadly, the musical. Yeah, they cry. And the only thing that makes me laugh harder about them when they come out is Wade Barrett being all about them. Yes, boy. I love these guys. So I'm like, yes, I know. We all know you do, Wade Barrett. Hilarious. Oh man, yeah. But the segment was weird. It was weird. I was telling Reese, like, Nia's in life is like as a nice person. I don't think people would say that Nia's a mean lady at all, like outside of the ring. And
they wouldn't say it to her face.
Right. Because then they'd be saying it to her ass. Okay, that's a little deep cut. But anyway, the point is
Literally.
that I just don't think that. I think that sometimes when she's trying to be a heel, and I think she just shows sometimes that she wants to be a babyface. Like the time when when she won Queen of the Ring and they were hitting her with the "You deserve it," and she was very emotional. And same thing when they did the thing when she got in there, she finally got the mic. She had this baby face moment of like, I really don't know what to say. Like I'm so happy. And then obviously she was doing the awkward thing with Tiffy of like, it's great, but it's just really pink. And it's not really heel of her. Like a heel would be like, what is this? Why are we doing it like this? Instead she seemed like wanted to be nice. I think that just shows sometimes with her that she's just a genuinely nice person. It's hard for her to be heel, but the whole thing was needed for the current like split between her and Tiffy. I guess given Pretty Deadly TV time, I guess, on that one. I don't know what's up with them being there. But I gotta say, it ends
pretty much probably just literally just be like, hey, we haven't used you guys in a while.
The thing about Pretty Deadly is they're really good in the ring. They're maybe not like as like you watch that gauntlet and they're probably the least talented team on there, but that's because like they're literally going against like DIY, Street Profits, the Bloodline, some of the best wrestlers of all time. So it's like, but you put Pretty Deadly in there against like regular dudes and they look really, really good. And also they're great enhancement talent. I just like Pretty Deadly is all. The segment ends with Michin interrupting and whipping everybody with a kendo stick. And the internet hated it. I don't understand. They all were like, it doesn't make any sense. Michin, I was like, well, she's been beefing with Nia the past like couple of weeks. Did everybody just forget that?
Exactly. Motherfuckers got short-term memory.
Yeah. That blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, because I was excited. I was like, yeah, Michin. Reese got excited. She was like, Kimiko. And we were like freaking out. And I was like, yeah, this is great. Now she's clearly going to lose to Nia. But like, this is going to be great. Putting her in a title picture for a program is, if you love wrestling, you love that.
Yeah, I don't. People are dumb.
Yeah. So, and Michin's finally hitting this like comfortable stride of like, you can see it more in wrestlers now, especially since Triple H took over, that it's just a lot of them actively trying to be themselves more. And I feel like sometimes it's weird for them, but Michin's out there being her, just simply just reacting and acting how she would in a normal day to day. Yeah, it's unfortunate that they probably will never push her. Yeah. For sure. You see it with a lot more different guys now. Fucking Montez, Michin. I can't really think of like too many off the top of my head otherwise, but I just know that there's a lot of guys right now that like you can see it from the time if they were still there towards the end of when Vince was there to right now. You can see a complete 180 in their characters and like the joy in their characters.
Yeah. This is mine and this is mine.
Street Profits, they're gonna get another shot, brother. They're getting one more shot, getting another one at the Bloodline, and I think this time they may have a chance. Jacob Fatu still in a boot, probably gonna go up against Tama and Tonga. I feel like they don't want Tama and Tonga to hold the belts, so they're like, let's just give it to Street Profits until Jacob comes back. And if that's the case, I'm happy with it either way, because I think Street Profits should be holding the belt right now.
I think they need to yeah. That's
for sure. For sure.
That's how I feel about it at this fucking point. Just whatever, man.
I feel like if it's unpredictable now only because like if DIY won, then we would have been like, okay, well yeah, you're gonna lose to the Bloodline again. Like that's probably how that's gonna work. But with Street Profits winning, it's like, well, that's crazy that they would beat DIY. So it might be even crazier if they finally get some new belts. Finally, they deserve it, man. They've been crushing it, getting all the credit. Huge pop every time they come out. I'm sick of people. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm sick of people only just like trying to push. You know, they're trying to break up the goddamn Street Profits because they're like, Montez needs a singles push. And I'm like, he does, but let them win the tag belts again one more time. And Angelo Dawkins is great. I don't know why people push him off to the side, but I get it. Montez is better.
Thing. He's they'll both do good at singles.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't they're good together, but they could definitely benefit from a singles run from both of them.
Imagine putting them off on their own ways on singles run. They start rising and then they meet and they gotta do a match against each other. Oh, that'd be sick. Oh, that'd be a match for the ages.
What's his name? I already forgot the man's name. Angelo Dawkins would probably get cooked on the mic though.
Oh yeah. He would need a mouthpiece for sure. And that might be a reason why they keep them together.
But also DIY, they're focusing too much on trying to hit Randy with an RKO. That's their downfall right now. Is they are way too focused,
way too preoccupied on hitting Randy with that RKO. The second they get that RKO on Randy, they might have a chance later in the future, because then they'll be a little bit more focused. But until then, all their time is completely taken up with hitting Randy with an RKO out of nowhere. See, which problem is you keep yelling out of nowhere when you come up to do the RKO. You just gotta do it out of nowhere. Fucking KO kicking him in the balls. See, that was out of nowhere.
Yeah, KO is the Deadpool of WWE.
100%. Yeah, I have it here. Segment. That's one of the fucking notes I have here. Is KO is hilarious. KO is hilarious and beats the bricks off of Waller, and he finally gets to look strong again. Coming up behind Waller, like, no, you're right. I totally agree. I'm horrible. I have a losing record. What do you mean? I don't deserve it, right? I'm an idiot, right? I suck. So let's go do it in the ring. You prove to everybody how much I suck in the ring. That sounds like a good idea, right? All right. I'm like, now that's KO right there.
Oh, fuck.
Say something.
Hello?
Well, you gotta talk how you were.
Oh, okay. I see that. Wow, that's yeah. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. Great match for that. Love to see KO looking strong again. I could figure that was the point of that when it was happening. I was like, okay, KO's gonna get a big win tonight. Hits him with the stunner and the pop-up power bomb.
But did he do the cannonball?
He did. I don't think he did do the cannonball on Friday. I don't think he did. I don't recall. I do not recall. Two quick things before we get to the last two main talking points. LA Knight, already best US champ, comes out, cuts a promo. Biggest pop of the night. Biggest pop for promo of the night. Cooks. Leaves. Done. Easy money. He's there every week, cutting promos, setting up matches. Done. And I hate this thing that they're doing with Santos. That he's trying to mock LA Knight, and they're all going to be saying Escobar C. And I'm like, wow, holy fuck. Which one of you was fucking high and tired when you wrote that as the idea for him? This is horrible.
Hey, you put some respect on his. I'm just kidding.
That's when you go, you put some respect on Escobar. Oh shit.
I can get less of this shit.
Yep.
They really fucked all that shit up with
100%.
moving them all to fucking Raw like that.
Yep.
Hey, we know you guys are doing stuff, but fuck all that.
In their vignette, he's talking, he's like, and we need to show people that Legado del Fantasma is the top. And I was like, who? That's everybody in the locker room. Who? Oh, you guys are still a faction? Nobody fucking. What's your boys been doing? Fucking nothing. What's your girl do? Fucking nothing. What do you do? Fucking count the lights? Fucking what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Nah, bro. He fought Cody at a house show.
Oh shit. Melo makes it he finally gets a dub. It's 2-1 Andrade to Melo. Where do they go from here? I mean, are we going all the way to Bad Blood with these two?
Be a nice opener match.
I think so. They put on bangers, and I think that's like the real test with them for the first two is like, can you guys do it consistently together? They're like, obviously, yeah. So, it's a case of like WWE with some things hitting, some things don't. Sometimes they're shoving matches down our throat, and we're like, what is this? And sometimes they put a match on, and we're like, why? And then we're like, oh, that's why. Then they do it again, and we're like, but why? We just saw it. And we're like, oh, that's why. And then they do it a third time, and we're like, what's going on here? And we're like, oh, I see now.
You got to bring it back to SmackDown versus Raw games.
Ooh.
GM mode.
Yep.
That's how you start the rivalries. You gotta have like 3 or 4 matches, and you gotta end it at a pay-per-view one.
Yep.
And then usually the winner of that, they get a shot at somebody's belt.
Somebody's gonna title shot.
Because once Escobar loses, then it's gonna be one of them two.
Facts.
And then more than likely, because they have a rivalry, it's just gonna be like, oh, such and such is getting the title shot, and then after that, in the middle of the match, they're just gonna walk out. Their music is gonna hit. They're gonna walk out. They're not gonna do anything.
Nope.
They're just gonna sit there and just stare, and then the other person will be like, "What are you doing down here?" Blah 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 blah. BFT.
Number one distraction. Number one distraction of all time. Music hits. Suddenly, I don't give a fuck about what's happening behind me.
Exactly.
Oh shit. I hear people. I've seen like Amy make videos about that, about like things that they need to get rid of that might like insult our intelligence. I'm like, but yeah, but that's wrestling. Like, what else are you supposed to do to distract them more? Like, that's more realistic. I mean, I think that's as realistic as it fucking gets. Besides them literally jumping up on the apron, like, I don't know,
and arguing with the ref for no reason.
Yeah, right. Like, I get some of the things are silly, and like, oh, he obviously doesn't have to argue with him. I'm like, right, but that's not wrestling. If we wouldn't argue with him, then that's not wrestling. Then we're watching. I don't know, collegiate wrestling. I don't know. We're watching collegiate wrestling with style. That's what we're watching. If they don't get distracted. Yeah,
the smartly Damien.
Yeah.
Let's watch the replay.
Hey, he can help himself on that one. He was like, "Wow, look at the replay." The OTC segment, the end segment of the show. Cinema. That typically with the bloodline, cinema. Complained about it all night. They're doing little vignettes with or little spots with Solo and them backstage. Fucking just pick a random room backstage. It's kind of like an insult to. I feel like it was maybe like a little hint, little like added thing to the story of like a fucking shit on Solo. Because if Roman's having segments backstage, he's gonna be in his room. He's gonna be on the couch. He's gonna be chill. Fucking Solo's just like at a random spot in the fucking area against a wall with some random fucking like painting of the woods behind him. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Nah, that's the thing. Since Roman has come back to an empty fucking empire, basically, he has no room.
Oh, that's a good point.
Remember, actually, after WrestleMania, they didn't have a room anymore.
That's right. Cody's name was on it. Over. Yeah.
And then what the fuck is this?
Oof.
Who is this?
That was rough.
Whose man's is this?
I need to talk to Nick Aldis.
Nick ain't solving shit.
Not with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven breathing down his neck all the time. Nicholas, I need to talk to you. I need a word with you, Nicholas. Chelsea. Yo, I forgot about that. The bar of the night, which was, I think it was, I don't remember if it was last week or if it was this Friday, but Chelsea and Tiffy talking and Tiffy hitting her with the fucking, don't you have a ladder to go fall off of? And I was like, oh shit. that was a burn. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't. There's too much going on right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like 6 different notifications came up. I'm still trying to fix this bullshit with work.
And that was a bar. Like that was a bar. 6 different things happened. No, that was hilarious. Like a funny way to call out Chelsea doing some, to call out her crazy shit she does, but also just be like, aren't you just good for falling off ladders, bitch? Shut the fuck up. Damn.
She's good at creating moments.
Goddamn right she is. Yeah, I like that Roman has not had to say a single word since he's been back. He's just coming in and beating up the bloodline, and the way that they're making it look is perfect. Roman looks strong, while also the bloodline continues to look strong as long as they are together. Well, actually, as long as they have Jacob Fatu. When he came in the ring, I was like, oh shit, he's okay. Oh wait, no, he's got a boot.
And I did the same thing, because I didn't even watch SmackDown. I was fucking doing some other shit, and I was still just like, oh shit, that's how much of a just dude he is. Oh, what the fuck, did I just do the wrong thing? No, I didn't. Okay. But it was just like, damn, that's how much he wants it. He's like, fuck it, I'm still out here in a boot. I can still go around.
Running around in the ring doing crazy shit in a boot. Yeah. That man's he's earned it. He's earned his spot.
Hold on real quick.
Yep. Yeah, we were talking about Jacob in the boot, still running around doing crazy stuff.
Oh yeah.
And how I was saying that like Roman still looks super strong coming in and beating everybody up all the time, but also the bloodline looks strong, but only because Jacob, which is what they just showed on Friday. It was kind of what everybody was talking about, and then they just showed it. Like without Jacob, Roman can solo all three of them for some reason. He's just like, yeah, you guys are fucking trash to me. I'm like, nice. You guys are trash mobs. And then fucking Jacob comes in like the final boss, and he's like, I'm sorry, I'm an elite with a skull in my picture, actually. So don't know what to tell you. I'm about to fuck you up, dude. Yep. And then Roman takes the triple super power bomb through the table. Poetic.
It's so great that he was such a fucking meathead in the bloodline.
Man.
Believe in the shield.
Believe in the shield.
Calm down, bro. What are you doing? Damn.
Because it's just the contrast too. They'd be like, believe in the shield, and then they cut real fast to Roman. Believe in the shield. He'd be like, oh fuck.
Bro just jump scared everybody.
He's so funny. Yeah. I love everybody doing the comparison of Roman with the Ulafala on him, and then like comparing it to Thanos when he put it on. I was like, oh yeah, but they're doing the wrong comparison. They got to do it to the point where he first got it, and he was like, oh yeah, and then fucking Tony and them start pulling it off of him and shit. They all start trying to rip it off him the second he got it equipped, and I was like, you got to do that one because it's exactly what happened. He put it on, he felt good, and Tomaton came up, and he's like, fuck that shit, give me that.
It makes me sad. Like, they're all good on the mic, and you just bring them over here to just not talk. God damn, bro.
Tama is the only one who's shown worth on the mic. Obviously, I don't want Tongaloa near a microphone. I don't want him near most things.
I'll just hate.
Doggy, he's done like 9 things bad in a row. Like, I mean, like,
nah,
he's botches.
Done 8.
Okay, well, you're waiting for number 9, right?
One of them is straight up Kevin's fault.
Okay,
and
but
just nobody wants to ever admit that part.
I admitted it.
The second it happened, I was like, "Oh, that's definitely Kevin. It's his fault. He's so bad." It's like, guys, but he literally no-sold the first one. Come on now.
Right, but it's just hard to deny that he hasn't done anything good to make up for those yet. Even the part where he's just doing the part where he's beating up Roman, he runs into the corner. He doesn't even do that right. He can't even do that right.
He already did it right, bro. Because you know what he's doing for everybody?
What?
Being a fucking meme. He's already doing it. Y'all
want it for the wrong reasons. You want it all for the wrong reasons.
Hey, bro, bad man, you're fucking some shit up, bro. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. There ain't a lot anybody can do about it after that. They're like, hey, that's just what this man does.
You know what? And I'll take it back. I'll say the one time it's on the podcast when they first acknowledged Solo. I did like the way that that fucking Tongaloa did it. I acknowledge you, and I was like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That was it. Ever since then, I remember I was like, all right, I'm with you, Tongaloa, and then he fucked something up the very next time he was on screen, and I was like, god damn it, man. God damn it. He's got 2 left feet and 2 left hands. He's just the worst.
It's unfortunate because I watched a video, I think over the weekend. And this dude, he said he's been like following both of them since they were in New Japan. And he's like, yeah, bro, the second they split up, everybody loved Tama, but nobody loved Tongaloa. Right. And I was just like, because bro was already fucking up his fucking match with Okada was bad. And I was just like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what's unfortunate too is
he's that old dog that nobody wants to admit is like just on their last leg for no reason, just being left alive, and you're like, bro, hey, hang it up.
But we all want to believe that he's good. That's the thing too. We all want to. Exactly. It's like you sit there and like, no. He can still jump fences and stuff. Watch, he can still shake hands. And you're like, go ahead, shake, roll over, and the dog just fucking runs into the left side of the court. Yeah.
Stares at you, and you're like, all right.
Well, he's done it before. I promise. like it's funny though is again kind of to the point you're making though is like when people show the botches from him back in New Japan and everything, it's the same 3 botches in a row. It's the botch of that's going to be the thumbnail picture for you right there. That's perfect. Thank you.
No, don't do that because I just fucked something up for work.
It's so far in this podcast, it's the only time where your entire face and body have been in the camera. So it's probably going to be the thumbnail.
Fuck you. There you go. There you go. Fix the camera.
Oh, shit. Now this is the thumbnail. God damn it. All right. I was just gonna say, wrapping up on this the OTC thing. We kind of figured everything out. Just gonna say that the segments they show for Tonga Loa fucking up all the time in New Japan is the same one with. He's not even fucking up. It's just the weird thing he's doing with Okada, which I thought was funny with the fucking.
Yeah, the stops.
And then the 619 that he completely. I mean, I've never seen anybody fuck up a 619 worse than him. But those they show, I don't see like a montage of botches from him. I've seen good stuff from him.
I'm fixing this tomorrow. That was too much work, bro.
That was a lot.
I'm not going through that again right now. Like that truly just fucked my mood up. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro.
Damn. Well, I'll do you a favor, but
really just fucked me up.
I'll get us out of here. I just wanted to ask one more thing because there's a big rumor going around, and it's a total possibility. This year's WrestleMania is Stone Cold's talking about possibly coming back to do one more match. He said that this would be the one time he would do it because it's in Nevada. He lives in Nevada. Listen, I don't think he should do it either because I think he had his chance to have the best comeback ever last year at 40, and he could have stunnered The Rock instead of Undertaker having to run down last minute to choke slam him. So for him to come back for like one more match, I don't agree with. But who do you think should be the match? Because it's probably going to happen, and people are thinking CM Punk, and that would be a shame.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, they asked CM Punk about it. He said if Steve was willing to do it, then he would do it. And I was like, I did not expect him to respond like that. I
was going to say, didn't they have a match already? But I was like, never mind. That was Kevin Owens.
Yeah. And so that's what we're saying. Because everybody's like, is it going to be KO again? And it's like, no, you don't fucking do KO Steve 2. The fuck? And you what you do, in my opinion, is I'm assuming this story is going to build again. Cody's supposed to have a thing with The Rock going into 41. There's supposed to be, if The Rock's going to be involved in any way at 41, then just have Stone Cold get involved with that. Like, don't put him in a match. Just have him get involved with something.
I say dead the whole Rock and Cody thing because it's obviously going to be Roman and Rock because The Rock is behind the new bloodline. So
yes, yeah, for sure.
That all that Cody shit. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, so it's like I just don't know.
Sure, you did something that took them fucking 10 years to recreate, but fuck off. Get out of here.
I just don't know where they could even find a match for him, and that may be the case. It may be the case where they don't find a match for him, and then he just doesn't do WrestleMania 41, and then that would be the end. We would never see Stone Cold in a wrestling capacity ever again. This is the last chance to see it. I'm also okay with that.
You got a ranch, you got animals to take care of.
You got 2 new cats.
You're over here stepping down in like fucking mud, almost just destroying your knees again.
Yep.
Like doing normal everyday stuff. You don't need to come back to do some stupid shit and then end up like Shane and the rest of the family and just blow your quads out.
Yeah.
Trying to hit the ropes.
You seen the pictures though? Unfortunately, it's a weird thing to say, but unfortunately, he looks shredded right now, which usually means that he's getting ready. Like if you're a wrestler, at least, and a retired one at that, usually means that you're getting ready to do some type of appearance where you're going to wrestle at the show. So I don't know. Not worth it, Stone Cold. You had your chance. Could have came in, hit Rock. You could have hit the final boss with that stunner. It would have been beautiful. It would have been the only thing that would have made that night better than if the Undertaker was there.
The only good thing about the Undertaker being there is the fact that he was already at the show.
Yeah.
And then he didn't tell everybody like, "Hey, I'm involved." By the way, he just disappears. Hey, where did you go? Why is he down there?
He didn't know he was going to be involved. Didn't know until like he said like a couple hours before. A couple of hours. He said he was sitting up there. Didn't know. They weren't too sure what they were going to do, and they called him down. Oh no, actually, I think you're right. I think it was like a day or two before that he got there. Yeah, it was like a day because they had to practice it for a minute.
Yeah, because you gotta get down there. You gotta run all the way down there in those like 2 or 3 seconds of darkness.
Those the videos of him running. I was like, look, he's booking it. Oh shit. Speaking of booking it, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks guys for watching this episode of the podcast. Please go follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/GlowRillaJoe. Go to my YouTube, youtube.com/GlowRillaJoe. It's a whole new channel over there. I already have one video up, another video coming soon. Go follow the socials. Still Super Sour JIR for some of them, but also you can follow me on Twitter for GlowRillaJoe. And go follow Darnell as well. Go check out his clips on TikTok and Twitter as well, and his day-to-day updates with Snuggie. And I'll put all of these will be down here in the show notes below. They're still down there every week. And let us.
I'm forcing myself to start doing shit again because
I saw that.
I started like fucking with recording, just hitting start recording like at the beginning when I'm playing games and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just got Adobe Premiere Pro, so now I gotta I actually have to do shit because I'm paying money.
Yeah, wow, fancy.
I can't just say fuck this. It's only $20 a month. That was the only reason I did it.
Fair enough.
I still don't know how to fucking use it though. That's the great part.
That's the only reason.
I literally opened it up and I was just like, fuck is this? And just immediately exited out.
Yeah.
Oh, and somebody tried to fucking steal my account that quick. Within less than 24 hours of having that account, wow. I got like 3 back-to-back fucking emails saying, oh, you got this code. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I didn't ask for that. Like, you bitch.
Wondershare for the win, baby. Wondershare.
Straight up changed my password immediately.
That's crazy. Yeah, Adobe, all that shit, Vegas Premiere Pro, whatever. All that shit gives me anxiety. No, thank you.
It's gross.
Yeah. Yeah, Wondershare, friendly. It's like jumping into a fun house. It's nice. Guys, please comment down below what you think about what we've talked about this week in wrestling, what you think we should be talking about this week in wrestling, what you think of the results of what's been going on, and what possibly could happen in the future. Hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye, guys.
Chris Jericho sucks.